Okay, Year 7, welcome to your very first tutorial on time. Look at this little guy. He's asleep with the clock. Time to wake up. Okay, anyway. So, what is the system for telling the time? Well, time in minutes and seconds is based on the number 60. Other units of time that are bigger than numbers and seconds, including days and years, are defined by the rate in which the Earth spins on its axis and the time the Earth takes to orbit the Sun. So our basic and most inherent units of time, minutes and seconds, are based on the number 60, whereas larger units such as days and months and years are defined by the rate in which the Earth spins around the Sun. Now, where did all of this come from? Well, the origins of the units seconds and minutes date back to the ancient Babylonians, these guys over here on the left. They were a really cool society, and they were the ones who invented the base 60 number system. Okay, the 24-hour day, or the fact that we have 24 hours in the day, is from these guys over here, the ancient Egyptians, who described the day as 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night. So our number systems and the fact that we have 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes an hour comes from the Babylonians. Our 24-hour day, on the other hand, comes from the Egyptians. How do we tell time today, though? Well, today, time is told in a few different ways. The first way is with the idea of AM and PM. Now, AM and PM are both Latin words, and they are ante meridiem, which is before noon, ante being before, and PM, which is post meridiem, which is Latin for afternoon. So they use noon, or the middle of the day, as the judgment of time. Now, there is one other form or one other way in which we tell time today, and that is 24-hour time. 24-hour time is told using the full 24 hours in the day. That's why it's called 24-hour time. And each hour is calculated based on midnight. So a lot of you with your phones, you would have been used to seeing 24-hour time. A lot of our digital devices tell the time in 24-hour time. And each hour is calculated based on midnight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, midday being 12. Any hour after midday, another hour gets added. So from midnight to midday, that's 12 hours. And then 1 o'clock in the afternoon becomes 13 hours. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 14, 15, 16, and so on and so forth. But it is all relative to midnight. Okay? Now, this is just, obviously, that I don't know why it says what is that. That's a bit confusing. But what I just wanted you guys to write down just quickly, just so you have it, is 1 minute is equivalent to 60 seconds, 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes, 1 day, 24 hours, 1 week, 7 days, 1 year, 12 months. Most of you would be very, very familiar with that. I just need to make sure you get this little bit written down, okay? That's our breakdown of times from the smallest unit, seconds, to the largest unit that I have at the moment, years, okay? So that's the breakdown and the conversion from seconds all the way to years. So, what kind of things are you going to be required to do? Well, it says convert these times to the units shown in brackets. Now, I want to know what 3 days is in minutes. Okay, 3 days in minutes. I know there's 24 hours in one day. 24 hours is 1 day. I know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Okay, so if I have 3 days with 24 hours in each day, with 60 seconds in each minute, if I multiply 3 by 24 hours by 60 minutes in an hour, I will get my answer. And if I do that, guys, I get an answer of 4320 minutes. Now, I've had to use my calculator for that, and I'm happy for you to use your calculator too. So, 4320 minutes. 3 days, 24 hours in a day, 60 minutes in an hour. Okay, 30 months, I want to convert that to years, okay? Oh, 30 months. Okay, how many months are there in a year? Okay, so there's 12 months equals 1 year. and I've got 30 months. So why don't I get that 30 and I divide it by 12? Okay, if I divide it by 12, that'll tell me how many years I have. And my answer comes out at, 12 goes into 20 2 times, with a remainder of 6 on 12. Okay, I know that I can write that 6 on 12 a little bit better. I know that 6 on 12, an equivalent fraction for that is a half. So that's going to be 2.5 years. 2.5 years. Okay. Now the other thing I might be required to do is convert time into the different systems, either 24 or AM and PM. So let's have a look at this. 4:30 PM. I have to ask myself, how many hours after midday is 4:30 PM? Okay, the time is PM. So I know once I get to midday that it's 12. I need to know how many more hours. So it's a 4.5 hours after midday. So that's going to be 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so my number at the start of this 24-hour time is going to be 16, and it's 30 minutes, so it's going to be 16:30 hours. Okay, 16:30 hours. That's how I convert it. I say, okay, midday is 12 o'clock because it's 12 hours after midnight. How many hours after midday is the time that I'm after? My answer was 4:30, so I count 4.5 hours and I add that to 12. This one here, it's asking me to convert 1945. Okay, so 1945, how many hours is that after midday? Now I know midday is 1200, so if I subtract 1200 from 1945, that should give me the answer. 9 subtract 2 is 7. Okay, so I know midday is where I judge it from, and I know that's 1200. Okay, 1945 is my answer, which means 1945 is what I'm trying to convert, which means that the starting time in the AM/PM system, if I say 1945, I also mean 7:45 PM. And that's it, guys. That's converting minutes and seconds and months, and also changing time systems.